all UGC NET postmodern questions. Which one of the following statements is appropriately true of Harold Pinter's plays? Menace is in the air, but it is not pinned down or explained. Question number 2. Which of the following poems by Philip Larkin deals with the trauma of a rape victim who says, "Even so distant, I can taste the grip"? Deceptions. Arrange the following terms in chronological order of emergence. Stream of consciousness. The term was coined by Alexander Bain in 1855 in the first edition of The Sense and the Intellect. Defamiliarization. The term defamiliarization was first coined in 1917 by Russian formalist Viktor Skofolsky in his essay Art as Device or Art as Technique. He tried to say that poetic language is fundamentally different than the language that we use every day because it is more difficult to understand. Practical criticism. Practical criticism is like the formal study of English literature itself, a relatively young discipline. It began in the 1920s with a series of experiments by the Cambridge critic I.A. Richards. He gave poems to students without any information about who wrote them or when they were written. Hearsay of Paraphrase is the title of a chapter in The Well-Oath Urn, a seminal work of new criticism by Clint Brooks. Brooks argued that meaning in poetry is irreducible because a true poem is a simulacrum of reality, an experience rather than any mere statement about experience or any mere abstraction from experience. Match the following: linguist and concept. Paul Grissy, Cooperative Principle. Edward Sapir, Linguistic Relativity. Ferdinand de Saussure, Linguistic Science. Nancy Dorian, Language Death. Author and text. Michael D. Sartiu, The Practice of Everyday Life, 1980. John Fiske, Understanding Popular Culture, 1989. Pierre Bourdieu, Distinction, A Social Critic of the Judgment of Taste, 1979. Jancy Radaway, Reading the Romance, 1984. Who among the following presented the concept of multi-accentuality of the sign, saying that science possesses an inner dialectical quality and evaluative assent? Valentin Volosnov. Who among the following feminist theorists posted a separate realm of female experience captured in a style of writing different from men's? Luz Irigaray and Helen Keoghs. Who makes the following speech in Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot? Astride of a grave and a different birth, down in the hole, lingeringly the grave diggers puts on the forceps. Valdemar. Who among the following linguists proposed the term competence and performance? Noam Chomsky. Who among the following theorists particularly emphasize the social and historical dimensions of a text reception? Hans Robert Joss. Who among the following theorists particularly emphasized the social and historical dimension of a text reception? Hans Robert Joss. Which one of the following assumptions best express the position of post-structuralist criticism? Apprehensions of reality is a construct. Which one of the following assumptions best express the position of post-structuralist criticism? Apprehension of reality is a construct. Which of the following novels is structured into a poem of 999 lines preceded by a foreword followed by a commentary and an index. Pale Fire by Valdemar Novakov. What game do the characters play in Act 2 of Harold Pinter's The Birthday Party? Blind Man's Buff. Who among the following coined the dictum, "The medium is the message"? Marshall McLuhan. Which one of the following journals publishes articles related to critical theory exclusively? Diacritics. Which one of the following journals publishes articles related to critical theory exclusively? Diacritics. Terms theorists. Super reader, Michael Rifature. Biopower, Michel Foucault. Bricolage, Claude Lévi-Strauss. Chronotope, Mikhail Bakhtin. Super reader, Michael Rifature. Biopower, Michel Foucault. Bricolage, Claude Lévi-Strauss. Chronotope, Mikhail Bakhtin. Which one of the following is correct about Sassou's analysis of language? Language is a system of a language. Which one of these statements define the scope of semiotics? Semiotics is a study of sign system. Which of these statements describe correctly the basic assumption of structuralism? Structuralism is concerned with signs and signification. Structuralism challenges the long-standing belief that literature reflects a given reality. All signs are arbitrary, but without them we cannot comprehend reality. Lala Kanshi Ram is a character in Chaman Nahal's Azadi. Terms and theorists. Architecture, Jacques Derrida. Cyborg, Donna Haraway. Geonotext, Julia Kristeva. Hermeneutic Circle, Frederick Schilsmer. Which among the following novels includes a questionnaire for the reader, such as "Do you like the story so far? Yes, no." Snow White by Donald Berthelme. Which two terms from among the following are specifically linked to the work of Pierre Bourdieu? Habitus and distinction. Which two of the following books are explorations of the art of the novel by novelists? The Knave and the Sentimental Novelist, Testaments Betrayed. Which two of the following books are explorations of the art of the novel by novelist? The Knave and the Sentimental Novelist, Testaments Betrayed. Who among the following is known to have popularized the term glocalization? Ronald Robertson. Who among the following is known to have popularized the term glocalization? Ronald Robertson. In which of the Bog poems does Seamus Heaney speak about the perishable treasure of a body, murdered, forgotten, nameless, terrible, strange fruit? In which of the Bog poems does Seamus Heaney speak about the perishable treasure of a body, murdered, forgotten, nameless, terrible, strange fruit? Which two terms among the following are associated with a formalist criticism? Defamiliarization or foregrounding. Which two terms among the following are associated with formalist criticism? Defamiliarization and foregrounding. The lives of which of the following writers have been the subject matter of novels by Anthony Burgess, Marlowe and Keats? The lives of which of the following writers have been the subject matter of novels by Anthony Burgess, Marlowe and Keats? Thomas Paine V. means author and text. Author and text. Thomas Paine wrote V. Howard Jacobson wrote J. Anthony Burgess wrote MF. John Berger wrote G. In which of the following paired terms the relationship between the active and passive forms of a sentence can be best established? Deep structure and surface structure by Noam Chomsky. In which of the following paired terms the relationship between the active and the passive forms of a sentence can be best established? Deep structure and surface structure, Noam Chomsky. By which two of the following process, according to Michel Foucault, does power operate? By normalization rather than law. By control rather than punishment. By which two of the following process, according to Michel Foucault, does power operates? By normalization rather than law. By control rather than punishment. Identify the two names from the following who are associated with hermeneutics: Edward Husserl and Martin Heidegger. Edward Husserl and Martin Heidegger are associated with hermeneutics. Who is the author of the essay The Rationale of the Copy Text? W. W. Gregg. Who is the author of the essay The Rationale of the Copy Text? W. W. Gregg. In which of Anita Desai's novels does an insane wife kill her husband? Cry the Peacock. In which of Anita Desai's novels does an insane wife kill her husband? Cry the Peacock, 1963. Culture is ordinary. That is the first fact. Which one of the following is a source of this statement? Resource of Hope by Raymond Williams. Culture is ordinary. That is the first fact. Which one of the following is a source of this statement? Resource of Hope, Raymond Williams. Which one of the following is the right definition of peer review? A pre-publication process in which work submitted for publication is evaluated for quality by experts in the field. Which one of the following is the right definition of peer review? A pre-publication process in which work submitted for publication is evaluated for quality by experts in the field. What is the meaning of language in Saussurean linguistics? Individual speech acts. Language is in the abstract sense. Match the following works and text. Image music text, Ronald Burthus. Why Marx Was Right, Terry Eglinton. Mirror and the Lamb, M. H. Abrams. Culture and Society, Raymond Williams. Image music text, Ronald Burthus. Why Marx Was Right, Terry Eglinton. Mirror and the Lamb, M. H. Abrams. Culture and Society, Raymond Williams. What was Gramsci, means Antonio Gramsci, what was Gramsci's term for cultural consensus supporting capitalism, hegemony? What was Antony Gramsci's term for cultural consensus supporting capitalism, hegemony? Which one of the following paired terms is correct in its explication? Phonology, sound system. Which one of the following paired terms is correct in its explication? Phonology, sound system. Who among the following analyzed the naturalizing of connotative meanings into myths? Ronald Burthus. Who among the following analyzed the naturalizing of connotative meanings into myths? Ronald Burthus. Ideas and who popularized them? The Frontier Thesis, F. J. Turner. The Lost Generation, Gertrude Stein. Third Space, Homi Bhabha. Structure of Feeling, Raymond Williams. Ideas and who popularized them? The Frontier Thesis, F. J. Turner. The Lost Generation, Gertrude Stein. Third Space, Homi Bhabha. Structure of Feeling, Raymond Williams. Which of the following plays is characterized by exclusivity of a single character talking to himself? Crapper's Last Tape by? Tell me in the comments below who wrote it. What, according to Raymond Williams, is the right description of the term cultural materialism? The material effect that culture has in wider social life. What, according to Raymond Williams, is the right description of the term cultural materialism, the material effect that culture has in wider social life? If you are liking it so far, then please hit the like button and comment down below what more videos do you want. Which of the following sociologists ideas on the practice of receiving and giving gifts are used by J. Hills Miller to reinforce her arguments in the essay Critics as Host, Marshall Moss. What is the meaning of Ziauddin Saada's statement? Cultural studies started as a dissenting intellectual tradition outside academia dedicated to exposing power in all its cultural forms. But it has now become a discipline and a part of the academic establishment and its power structure. Institutionalization. Which artistic technique best describe interplay of light and shade in the following lines? I have looked at it so long, I think it is part of my heart, but it flickers, faces and darknesses separate us over and over. A woman bends over me, searching my riches for what she really is. Then she turns to these liars, the candles or the moon. I see her back and reflect it faithfully. It is a chiaroscuro. Identify the stage that falls between the imaginary and symbolic stages according to Jacques Lacan. It is mirror stage. Who is the author of the short story The Ghost of Firoz Shah Bagh, Rohington Mystery? Which type of textual copy is concerned with an assessment of the physical details of the books and their exact relationship to the condition in which the book was planned to appear at the time of its initial publication? Ideal copy. Which novel by J.G. Farrell describes the experience of a polio victim, the lung? What term used by Ferdinand de Saussure corresponds to Noam Chomsky's term performance, parole? What term used by Ferdinand de Saussure corresponds to Noam Chomsky's term performance, parole? While looking for publication details of a book, a researcher may consult the book's copyright page, which may appear usually the reverse of the title page. Concepts and objects. Farce. Farce. Characterized by broad humor, wild antics, and slapsticks. Farce is characterized by broad humor, wild antics, and slapsticks, etc. Props, articles and objects used on stage. Music hall, variety, entertainment of songs, comic turns that flourished in England through the late 19th century. Closet drama, drama written to be read rather than acted. Which of the following novels by Irish Murdoch tells the story of an aging theatre celebrity who withdraws into a life of seclusion and writes a diary or journal or novel? The Sea. What is euphemism? Pompous and affected style of writing. Journals and aims and methods of scholarship. It's a match the following journals and aims and methods of scholarship. Obsidian, it's a journal, and its aims and method of scholarship is literature and arts in the African diaspora. Obsidian, literature and arts in the African diaspora. Silo, SLIO, Silo, literature, history, and the philosophy of history. Interventions, post-colonial writing. Sign, feminist writing. Journals and the aims and the methods of scholarships. Obsidian is a journal. Literature and arts in the African diaspora is the aim and method of scholarship. Silo, SLIO, is a journal, and literature, history, and the philosophy of history is the aims and methods of scholarship. Interventions is a journal. Post-colonial writing are its aims and methods of scholarship. Sign is a journal, and its aims and method of scholarship is feminist writing. Critics and their works. Edward Said, Culture and Imperialism. Edward Said, Culture and Imperialism. Terry Eggleton, The Illusion of Postmodernism. Francis Mulhern, Contemporary Marxist Criticism. K. Newton, Theory into Practice. Critics and Their Works. Edward Said, Culture and Imperialism. Terry Eggleton, The Illusion of Postmodernism. Francis Mulhern, Contemporary Marxist Criticism. K. Newton, Theory into Practice. Which two titles from among the following deal with issues related to the institutionalization of English in postmodern India? Provocations and the Lie of the Land. Which two titles from among the following deal with the issues related to the institutionalization of English in post-independence India? Provocations and the Lie of the Land. Which writer applied the term cultural poetics to his own critical contribution to make literature and arts as part of social practice? Stephen Greenblatt. Which writer applied the term cultural poetics to his own critical contribution to make literature and arts as part of social practice? Stephen Greenblatt. Who among the following explored the shifting and contested power relations, knowledge, and the human body? Michel Foucault. Who among the following explored the shifting and contested power relation, knowledge, and the human body? Michel Foucault. Who wrote a guide called How to Write a Doctoral Thesis, the humanistic subjects considered equal in standard to the American MLA's Handbook or the Chicago Manual of Style? Umberto Eco. Books and writer. The Mad Woman in the Attic, Sandra M. Gilbert and Suzanne Goober. The Wretched of the Earth, Frantz Fanon. Shakespearean Negotiation, Stephen Greenblatt. Is there a text in this class? Stanley Fish. Who is referred to as beast in the coat? Kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood in William Golding's Lord of the Flies. Simon. Who is referred to as the beast in the coat? Kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood in William Golding's Lord of the Flies? Simon. Which of the following correctly list the two novels figuring the writer as a public figure, as a celebrity, and as grist for the academic meal? Bench, A Book, and Beck is Back. Which cultural analyst has combined the study of different dimensions of youth culture with commentary on developments in cultural theory and poetics? Angela McRobbie. Which cultural analyst has combined the study of different dimensions of youth culture with contemporary on developments in cultural theory and politics? Angela McRobbie. Which of the following statements is correct? Langue is the language system and parole the individual usage. The following is a list of key critical terms which is the right chronological order of their formulation. The unconscious, langue, hearsay of paraphrase, and difference. Which of the following describes Foucault's view on knowledge? Knowledge is not pure or neutral, but is always from a point of view. Who among the following has written a series of poems entitled Very Indian Poems in Indian English? Nizam Eskil. The key figures in the development of British cultural studies are Richard Hogwood, Raymond Williams, and Stuart Hall. Which two of the following are autobiographical narratives? Meatless Day, Prison, and Chocolate Cake. Author and works. Homi Bhabha, A Location of Culture, Geoffrey Hartman, Saving the Text, Edward Said, Culture and Imperialism, Julia Kristeva, Desire in Language. Author and works: Homi Bhabha, The Location of Culture, Geoffrey Hartman, Saving the Text, Edward Said, Culture and Imperialism, Julia Kristeva, Desire in Language. Which two concepts developed by the French sociologist Pierre Bourdieu have become increasingly influential in cultural studies: cultural capital and habitus. Works and authors: Bodies That Matter, Judith Butler; A World of Difference, Barbara Johnson; A Literature of Their Own, Ellen Showalter; Vamps and Thams, Camille Paglia. Works and authors: Bodies That Matter, Judith Butler; A World of Difference, Barbara Johnson; A Literature of Their Own, Ellen Showalter; Vamps and Thams, Camille Paglia. Author and text: Rita Kothari, Translating India; Probal Dasgupta, The Otherness of English; Burj B. Kachru, The Indianization of English; Baljinder K. Mahal, The Queen's English. Who among the following proposed that English language is man-made, not woman-made? Dal Spender. Okay. Statement applicable to feminist criticism: recuperate the female writers ignored by the canon; mostly reject the essentializing of male and female. Statement applicable to feminist criticism: recuperate the female writers ignored by the canon, mostly reject the essentializing of male and female. Which novel by Kingsley Amis represents its protagonist as an angry young man? Lucky Jim. Which novel by Kingsley Amis represents its protagonist as an angry young man? Lucky Jim. Who are the co-editors of Chutney Frying English, The Phenomena of English? Rupert Snell. Who are the co-editors of Chutney Frying English, The Phenomena of English? Rupert Snell. Which two aspects of cultural diffusion in the age of globalization need to be addressed by pedagogy of language in general and of English in particular? Multidirectionality and complex and extensive. Associated with deconstruction, Jacques Derrida and Paul de Man. In UNESCO definition, a pamphlet is an unbound publication that is not a periodical and contains no fewer than 5 and no more than 48 pages. Which two names from R.H. Blantyne's Coral Island are repeated in William Golding's reworking of the same text as Lord of the Flies? Ralph and Jack. Which two of the following novels deal with the theme of apartheid? July's People and Cry the Beloved Country. Which of the following description delineate Roman Eclipse, novel with a key? A novel using the altered names of the actual people of the time. Theorist and text: John Fiske, Reading the Popular; Michael D. Certeau, The Practice of Everyday Life; Pierre Bourdieu, Distinction; Jean-Francois Lyotard, The Postmodern Condition. Theorist and text: John Fiske, Reading the Popular; Michael D. Certeau, The Practice of Everyday Life; Pierre Bourdieu, Distinction; Jean-Francois Lyotard, The Postmodern Condition. Who did the following? Discursive practice are not purely and simply modes of manufacture of discourse. They take shape in technical assemblums, in institutions, in behavioral schemes, in types of transmission and dissemination, in pedagogical forms that both impose and maintain them. Michel Foucault. who did the following. Discursive practice are not purely and simply modes of manufacture of discourse. They take shape in technical assemblies, in institutions, in behavioral schemes, in types of transmission and dissemination, in pedagogical forms that both impose and maintain them. Michel Foucault. Which three of the following writers are associated with kitchen sink drama? Arnold Whisker, Scylla Delany, Shelaga, Scylla Delany, John Osborne. Typical methodology of literary research: textual, critical, and historical. Order of publication of following books by Noam Chomsky: syntactic structures, aspects of theory of syntax, problem of knowledge and freedom, knowledge of language. Proper explanation of the concept of Freytag's pyramid. Freytag, Freytag apostrophe. Freytag's pyramid. Analysis of the plot of a drama. The theorist that believes that the proliferation of television images is producing a cultural condition akin to historical amnesia, Frederick Jameson. Which two of the journals relate to the field of post-colonial literature? Kuna PP and Interventions. Kuna PP and Interventions. That's all for today. It's 100 questions from the postmodern literature in English, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, then do comment down below, hit the like button, subscribe and press the all so that you can get notified whenever the next part of this video is uploaded. And if you want, you can also share this video with your friends from the same field. Thank you for listening. All the best. Bye.